Hey, friend. Looks like I'm live. Welcome to this week's Transformation Tuesday Live with Elle. I am Elle, and I'm so happy that you're here, whether you're here live or watching a replay of this at some later date in the future. I feel like this is a super important one because it is so tricky, or it can be so tricky. So, let's go ahead and jump right in today. Say hi if you are live in the chat or in the comments, depending on when you're seeing this, if you're watching a replay. And today we are talking about how to actually ignore your 3D reality so you can call in your manifestations faster. Because let's face it, when you're looking around wondering why nothing is changing, you're actually the reason nothing is changing because you're giving your energy and attention to that reality, right? So, really quickly, before we get into today's masterclass, just a couple of quick programming notes, if you will. There will be no new EFT video this Friday, but I am doing a free self-compassion code clearing and healing session at 5 p.m. Eastern in my Facebook group, which is linked in the description, and you can see the link on the screen there, the URL. And that will be to help you clear any success blocks you may have, like fear of success, fear of failure, people pleasing, and so on. And we'll also be doing a special activation at the end to activate the next level you within. So don't miss that because it's going to be epic. Next Tuesday's live masterclass here on YouTube will be all about the one thing that holds you back from manifesting certain things quickly and easily and what you can do to change it. And the following Tuesday, we'll be talking about everything that's wrong with the movie The Secret, because I just watched it the other night for the first time in a really long time, and I have some thoughts. So mark your calendars for any or all of that, and please join my Facebook group if you haven't yet. And let me know if you're excited to learn this today, again, in the chat or the comments, just depending on when you're watching this. It's actually a pretty simple thing in theory, but like everything else, that doesn't necessarily mean it's easy to do in practice. And please hit like. Be sure to share this with anybody that you think would benefit. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And also ring the bell to make sure that you get notified whenever I go live or upload videos so that you don't miss a thing. And let's jump in. In the next 30 or so minutes, I have no concept of time though, so keep that in mind. You're going to learn why your 3D reality doesn't matter on a scientific level to help your conscious mind get out of your way, what to do instead when you find yourself focusing on your current 3D reality. And be sure to hang out until the end to get some tips on exactly what to focus on when you find your attention on your current reality, just to kind of make it a little bit easier on yourself. Because where your attention goes, energy flows, and whatever energy flows to grows, right? So make sure you're growing what you want to see more of in your life and starving what you want to diminish and disappear. So let's dive in to the science of reality. Your outer world is always a reflection of your inner world, but the mirror of reality has a delay, as they say. So your current reality is a reflection of your old beliefs and assumptions, which created the past manifestations that now populate your physical world. And this can be confusing because you're experiencing your reality right now, but it was created in the past, just like you're creating your future right now. But everything you're manifesting from a new, empowering belief system and the assumptions associated with it already exists. And as long as you persist in your new beliefs and assumptions, it has no choice but to appear in your reality. And this is why you have to effectively ignore your current 3D reality, because if you let it make you think that your manifestations aren't working, they won't work, right? But the reality is, and that's a tricky word, but the actuality is that your manifestation just hasn't shown up yet because of the delay. So you have to exercise some patience and take your attention off of what you don't want, which is the lack of your manifestation. So far, so good. I want you to look at it this way. The quantum field is made up of infinite possibilities, and it accommodates an infinite number of past, present, and future timelines. And we know that time is an illusion and everything is literally happening everywhere all at once, which means that everything you want really does already exist, even if it hasn't shown up in your reality or timeline yet. And more, I'm starting to understand manifestation as, like, it's not so much about changing your current reality around you as it is about actually shifting yourself into a timeline where what you want, what you're manifesting, already exists. So actually, it's more like you show up in its reality, but potato, I guess. I hope this is making sense so far. Be sure to drop any questions you have, and if they come in after the stream is over and they're in the comments, I will definitely come back and look and make sure I answer them for you. So, because all possibilities are available in this one stream of energy in the quantum field and everything is connected, you can access other timelines. So ask yourself what your current beliefs and assumptions are and what you would have to believe and assume to be true in order to be in alignment with what you want to manifest. For example, let's say you want to manifest more money, because literally, who doesn't want that? What beliefs do you have right now that block you from consistently increasing your income every month? And what would you need to believe instead in order to make that happen? Okay. And now we're going to get it, like, to the real sciency bit for a minute. Your personal energetic waves are transmuted by your mind and your body through your beliefs, assumptions, thoughts, and feelings. Therefore, changing them from negative to positive will change the possibilities you'll be presented with, as well as the manifestations that materialize from them. Particles of matter act and respond from your energetic, or from their, I'm sorry, excuse me. Let me start that sentence over. Particles of matter act and respond from their energetic level to the energetic level of our beliefs, assumptions, thoughts, and feelings, because that's where they meet on an interconnected source level. And the initial waveforms of energy transmute into subatomic particles, which take form based on our beliefs, assumptions, thoughts, and feelings. As these subatomic particles form, they either attract and or bring you into alignment with additional particles that harmonize with their vibrational frequency and manifest into the physical things that can be seen and observed in your 3D reality. So please let me know if this is making sense to you, because everything in your life is the direct result of the level of consciousness you operate from, which is why rewriting your beliefs and assumptions is so key. If you change those, you change your whole life, because your new energy automatically matches up with the energetic waves of your new focus. And that aligns you with the timeline where they exist in your physical experience. Free will gives you the ability to decide what you'll predominantly focus on, unless you're living from conditioning, because that limits the access you have to your free will. So add that to the ever-growing list of reasons to install a new belief system, and give me a holler if you want some help with that, or claim your spot in Conscious Creator Code in the description box below. A little bit tongue-tied. But you can do that in the description box below, because we are changing belief systems, creating new self-concepts, and rewiring brains and nervous systems, among other things, in just 4 months. And it's going to be fucking life-changing and reality shifting. But does all of this make sense so far? Let me know in the comments if this is making sense, and if you have any questions, because we are about to get into what you can do physically to take your focus off your current reality, now that you logically understand why it doesn't matter and why it's no indication of what your future will look like, as long as you keep your focus off of it long enough for it to start shifting, right? So you know how they say a watched pot never boils, or a watched file never downloads? Yeah, that. It's basically that. Don't plant a seed, wake up the next morning, go check on it, and then get mad because nothing grew overnight, and dig it up because you think it's obviously not working. That may sound absurd, but that's essentially what you're doing by affirming what you want, and then getting immediately disappointed by your current reality and the fact that you don't see it yet. Sometimes things require a gestation period, but you can make it shorter by focusing your attention on other things. So, how do you ignore the 3D reality in front of you? By focusing on your self-concept, plus rewiring your brain and nervous system. And repetition is key. Remember, this takes repetition, because that's how your current belief system and self-concept were formed, right? You cannot allow your current 3D reality to confirm your old beliefs and self-concept, because that's the reason it hasn't changed yet. Remember that your beliefs, assumptions, predominant thoughts, and feelings are what create your reality. So if you're looking around at the past manifestations that populate your current reality and thinking they mean that nothing is changing, you're creating more of that. But if everything inside of you is changing, everything outside of you has no choice but to follow, as long as you persist in confirming your new reality. But you can't do that if you're busy letting your present confirm your future for you. So put this in the chat or the comments. My present does not confirm my future. Contrary to what most law of assumption creators seem to believe, there are things you might have to actually do and take action on to manifest what you want. So let me explain what I mean by that. If you want a successful business, there are certain tasks you have to do to create that. You can't just sit around imagining your successful business and poof it into reality without absolutely any effort or action behind it. The point is that your actions need to be inspired, and it's really hard for inspiration to strike when you're focused on your current reality and the fact that you don't have the thing you want yet. So, one thing that all businesses need is clients or customers, right? And there are certain things you're going to have to do to attract them. And it's easier to know what those things are when you're able to receive inspired guidance from your higher self. Because otherwise, you're basically just throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping that something sticks. And if you're hoping for anything, it means you don't have trust and faith that it's coming to you. And that's a problem. Your lack of trust and faith in yourself will block your manifestations. So once you've done all the things you can physically do, there's no point in trying to force it by looking for more things to just make it happen faster, because that actually creates resistance and delays it further. The best thing for you to do at that point is to take your attention off of your manifestation and your current reality entirely by turning it inward, aka release attachment, which you're not really doing because you don't actually have to do that, at least not in the way that most law of attraction coaches say you do. You're simply focusing on yourself now instead of the money, relationship, love, health, or whatever it is that you want. This means that you're going to be working on rewriting your beliefs to change your belief system so it supports a new and empowered self concept that allows you to align with your manifestations and new reality or timeline more quickly. That's what we want, right? So, does this make sense? Once you've done all the 3D things that you can do to create the reality you want, the only other thing to do is go within and make sure your beliefs, assumptions, thoughts, and self concept are in alignment with the reality that you are manifesting. So, what this has looked like for me is journaling and or scripting out my new beliefs, assumptions, rules for my reality, how manifestation works in my reality, scenes that I want to see come to life, so to speak. I do my own kind of version of meditation, which actually involves ASMR because ADHD. Subliminals, again, usually during ASMR videos, quite often, because it helps me get into that meditative state that I sometimes struggle with. EFT tapping to help release those old beliefs and wire the new ones in. Self-compassion code clearing and healing. Learning something new or a new layer of something that I'm already learning. Going and being in nature because it helps me feel more connected. Anything I find relaxing that allows my conscious mind to take a little vacation. Basically, anything that helps me feel more aligned with source energy and who I really am when you strip away my identity, i.e., my beliefs, assumptions, and self concept. So you will always get what you want when you have a healthy, empowered self concept that trusts that you always get what you want. And I would love to help you with that if this is calling to you, because this is what I do with my clients every day. So, what are some things, though, that you like to do to take your mind off your current reality and put the focus back on yourself where it belongs? Please feel free to share that in the chat or the comments. because you might give someone else some good ideas for when they're kind of struggling to get their mind off of their current reality. And again, feel free to drop any questions that you have, and I will definitely come back and answer them. And if you're still here, please be sure to like this video and subscribe, because it helps my little baby channel grow and reach the people who need my help. And let's chat quickly about how you can get all my guidance and support consciously creating the reality you desire by aligning with the timeline where everything you're mindfully manifesting into your life already exists. Because there is a timeline where you're a multimillionaire who helps millions of people and makes the world a better place every day, for example. And if that's what you want, you just have to claim it as your own and align with it by installing a new empowering belief system that creates your new empowered self-concept, which allows you to manifest everything you want quickly and effortlessly, which is how it's supposed to be. And I genuinely have no doubt you could do this on your own, but I know you can't do it as quickly alone as you can by working with me. So if you don't want to wait to transform your reality, trying to Google and YouTube your way to success, I would love to invite you to join my brand new divinely inspired conscious creator code from August 1st to December 1st, because we are selecting your optimal timeline and manifesting it into your experience in just 4 months. And we can do it that quickly because of all the codes I've downloaded from my higher self over the last 3 or so months. So the Conscious Creator Code 4-month journey consists of 4 of the reality transforming codes that my higher self sent me so I can completely fulfill my life's purpose, which is to raise the consciousness on this planet. And they are the Self-Concept Code, Self-Compassion Code, Higher Self-Alignment Code, and Financial Abundance Code. So the self-concept code empowers you to rewrite your entire belief system, create a new empowered self-concept from which you can manifest anything you want, and actually rewire your brain and nervous system so your transformation is permanent. This process is incredibly powerful, effective, and it works really quickly because of the techniques and methodology that I apply. So I'm looking into creating a certification for it so that you can use it with your clients too, because it's just so powerful. Everyone should have access to it. Self-compassion code allows you to quickly clear your energetic plus karmic wounds and imprints, heal the wounded fragments of yourself that hold you back out of fear so you can reintegrate them as healthy aspects that propel you forward with trust and faith in yourself. Quantum clear and heal for past and future generations because time is an illusion. Clear and heal for the collective because we're all connected. And this is also something I'm going to start offering a certification for because it's so insanely powerful. And I want everyone to be able to experience it if they want to. In fact, you can experience it for free this Friday. Like I said at the beginning, if you join my Facebook community, as I'll be clearing success blocks and activating your next level in a super powerful session. So please join us if you're interested in sampling this one live or on replay. In the Higher Self Alignment Code, I teach you to get into consistent alignment with your higher self so you can tap into your own eternal internal wisdom and require less external validation and guidance. Discover your soul's true purpose in this life, awaken or step more fully into your spiritual gifts, and create abundance using your unique gifts and design to fulfill your purpose or your higher calling, if you want to call it that, which in my opinion is the ultimate freedom. And finally, the financial abundance code to rapidly change your money stories and entire relationship with money for good. Make back your investment within the first 30 to 60 days. Create an overflow of financial abundance that you can accomplish your highest missions with. Live the life that you want and help countless other people for the rest of your life. Because abundance is everyone's birthright. The more you have, the more you can give. And I know you're here to change the world, especially if you're still watching at this point. You can be spiritual and a millionaire, inspiring others to millions too. There is enough to go around for everyone. And when you allow prosperity to flow into your life, you can use it to show others how to do it for themselves. So, as you can see, these codes alone are life changing. But when you put them all together in a 4-month experience like I have, it becomes reality shifting at quantum speed. This is how you legitimately collapse time, shift into your optimal timeline, and create actual miracles in your life. And this journey is fully supported and led by me. I'm in it with you every step of the way. We'll have weekly group sessions for guidance, clearing, and healing, and anything else you need help with on this journey. Your own private Facebook community for even more support. And you'll have one-to-one support from me between calls via Voxer. So that is why I have to limit the spots, but that's also why it can be done so quickly. The work that we're doing is deep as fuck. And it's imperative that everyone is fully supported. So if this is calling to you, don't hesitate to reserve your space now, because this will change not just your life, but your family's lives and literally everyone else whose lives you touch for only $44.44 if you want to save a little and invest in full, or for 6 monthly payments of just $777. So claim your spot now to be sure that you get one. The links are in the description box, or you can DM me on Facebook or email me if you have any questions before making your investment, because this will not be right for everyone. I fully trust that if you're feeling called to it and you are ready to sign up right now and invest in yourself, that it will be right for you. But if you have any questions at all, I am more than happy to have a no pressure, super honest conversation, because I don't want people to get into it if they're not ready for it yet. I also have a couple of one-to-one spots opening up in August as well, if you prefer that. So contact me about those. And the Conscious Creator Code kicks off on August 1st, 2022. And I'm incredibly excited for that. So that is my presentation for today. Are there any questions before I hop off, though? Let me know. I'm happy to answer them while I'm still live. And we're at 28 minutes and 50, yeah, we're at 29 minutes, we'll just say. So I did keep it around 30. So I guess I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream. But whether you're watching this live or if you watch it later on and you've got questions, I will absolutely come to the comment section and answer those for you. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for doing what you can to raise your own consciousness and select the reality that you want, because when you do that, you help raise the consciousness for the collective, and that helps me to fulfill my life's purpose. So thank you so much. Much love to you, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye, guys.